Hello everyone and welcome to the final part of my 46 days speedrun of the mysterious island. Thanks to Francois. For those interested in my save files, you can find a link in the description. And right away I captured Xeron's town. As I mentioned in the previous part, I had to skip 4 days to make sure that he was there where he is right now. Before that day he was in a town that I just took with Elmer. And I did it this way because I wanted to show you how entire endgame, starting from freeing Nemo, can be done in just 5 days. And I didn't want to compromise it in favor of slightly better time. Okay, so off the get-go, Geon did basically the same thing he did for me in my first playthrough. He steals spells from 2 of the invaders. Also, since second Rampart town was taken by purple, I had to take it over with a one-time hero. And here is a kind of a significant change compared to my playthrough, my first playthrough. So Nemo was waiting next to the main brown town in the first game, and now he was sitting on this watering place. And thanks to this watering place, he actually has enough movement points to reach the town gate that I have now unlocked. And since he can get to the town gate, he can town portal to the town that I just captured and bring the spells to whoever, in this case Dessa, is gonna be fighting Xeron. Now, the point of doing it is I want to send him to another location, right? So I don't want to send Nemo to the town. So Dessa is waiting next to the town gate to jump to the town and to learn spells from Nemo before that. But I want to send Nemo to Nautilus, where Gunnar is waiting for him. So that's another town without a tavern where I cannot get any other way for now. And I need I need Gunnar to handle Conquest this turn, so that I could get the town portal. I will explain positions of my heroes, that basically everything I was preparing for in the previous turns as they go, but basically obviously everyone is set in place for a very big turn. So far the fights are more or less the same as they were in the first playthrough. But there will be a change already very soon. Dessa does not have clone spell compared to the original playthrough. And I used it quite a lot actually, in particular to deal with efreet sultans. Now dealing with efreet sultans actually gets a little bit trickier. since I don't have a strong shooter. I need to paralyze them again, because they are too fast. Purple cores are pretty nice, as you can see. There we go. I lost a few units because I wasn't able to kill all demons in just one hit. So they did a couple of retaliations, minor. Here is a small thing that I would have actually changed. And I, even for some time, I considered replaying from this point, for a slightly different reason though. And I would keep Elmer in town actually, and came with Dessa all the way back to him, so that he had a little bit more movement left. Dessa has enough, basically. So... and he will reach a movement boost very shortly. But Elmer might be surprising, but he actually could do more this turn if he stayed in town. Okay, now so Dessa basically is gonna be running through the volcano. In my first playthrough, I killed Xeron with one hero and then used Gunnar to run through the volcano, so it was a different hero. And Gunnar is not fit to fight Xeron because Gunnar has tactics. And I want Xeron to use tactics so that he could bunch up his units for the Berserk. So that's why Dessa doesn't have tactics and actually avoided it at all costs. And now, since Dessa can do both Xeron and Volcano, now I have one hero free, basically. Gunnar can do some other activities thanks to that. Now it's pretty nice way to use Sultans. Frankly, Sultans are pretty busted. I don't know, it almost feels like they might be nerfed at some point. The teleport is actually pretty overpowered. So it's gonna be first test for me. So we are about to enter an event that has a stack of 666 upgraded efreets. And we have only 141 evil eyes as the only shooter, which, as you can imagine, is not a lot. So they kill about 14 efreets in a single attack. So I'm gonna be setting up kiting now. And actually, thanks to Sultans, the kiting actually becomes way easier. Also, in this particular case, actually, it's worth noting that I will use Berserk on these efreets to make sure that they kite a very predictable target. So, and one cool thing about Berserk is that, well, like, let's wait just maybe maybe one turn, actually, maybe a couple. So now efreets do not have Berserk on them. And let's say I move my evil eyes up one tile so that efreets don't reach them, and move everyone else to the right side. And now efreets, if they are not berserk, they will move like towards the middle slightly. So they would be, let's say, maybe 5 tiles, maybe 6 tiles away from the top left corner. And AI does it because it kind of tries to put its units a bit more intelligently, not just kind of stupidly follow your kite. But if you notice, you will notice it if you kind of actually try to kite a creature with speed of like 8. So AI will almost certainly put it closer to the middle so that it reaches more, like covers more of the battlefield. And Berserk actually fixes this problem, because now kind of not the intelligent AI controls it, but the dumb AI that will just follow the closest unit basically. But also, like in theory, as you can see, generally when you do kiting, you kite with a separate unit that does the kiting, and you have like a set of shooters that are behind like some wall of ones normally. And in this case, thanks to Sultans, you can just basically kite with your most valuable unit that might happen to be a shooter as well. And you don't have a wall, you don't... I mean, you don't need a wall, you don't need anything, basically. You just play, use one unit plus one Jotun. I think it can actually make some kiting fights that previously were much more difficult, like almost trivial. So I don't have, I don't think I had fortune luck triggered at any point. I was kind of waiting for it to happen. I had +3 luck, and I don't think Evil Eyes actually triggered it even once, but that's okay. I used Implosion. Dessa has some mana to spare. This portion is pretty much the same as my first playthrough. This time I will skip third Wraith event, though there is a small spot that you can use to bypass a bigger event. It's not like I had to do it, just did it because I wanted to maybe preserve a little bit more mana, but I didn't need to, really. So reached an event boost. Now we can come back to fight Hospites, and importantly I passed the Admiral's Head to Dessa from Elmer. So I'm not sure if it actually changes anything. I revisited the boost after I equipped Admiral's Head. I'm not sure it changes anything, but I did it just in case. So, and the reason is why is because, let's say you end the turn. That's basically another situation when you restore your movement points, right? You end the turn. You can end the turn without Admiral's Head and with an Admiral's Head. And if you end the turn with Admiral's Head, next day you will have more movement if you embark on a boat, or when you embark on a boat. So even if you end your turn on land, and then embark on a boat, number of movement you have after that will depend on whether you ended your turn with Admiral's Head or without it. Okay? So basically it's beneficial to end the turn with Admiral's Head if you intend to sail somewhere, at least. And basically that's... I'm not sure if it works the same way for movement boosts, but just in case I actually visited an event boost with an Admiral's Head on. Okay, that's a second basically fight that will test my ability to deal with fire shield. But this one is actually a bit easier than the first one. So first turn I just made sure that they are within a single berserk by putting evil eyes and mostly evil eyes forward. I just want to make sure that my units on top are further away from efreets than the evil eyes. That's perfect. Now just put all your other units on top, along the top edge, so that they are further away from efreets than the kite unit, in this case evil eyes. Just double check my number of shots there. I want to make sure I kill them before I run out of shots. There we go, Dessa level 34 already. That's pretty solid. So I think I need to restock there. Basically, what I need here is for Dessa to pass the army to the next hero, and I have 2 heroes waiting here. Also, I need Dessa to be within distance away from the boost event so that he could get back to it and replenish his movement. And Simka is in this location to basically just move the units around between heroes. In this case, I will bring Gunnar here very shortly, and he'll be doing like a very similar thing to what he did in my first playthrough, basically not using anything but harpies to deal with the Conquest. And these portals are very nice because these are the exact portals which enemy invaders used. I mean, not these exact portals, but the same types. So they used to enter, to invade, basically. So if I enter these portals, I will follow them. And Nemo used the town gate to get to Nautilus and teach Gunnar the spells. Gunnar will need Berserk to handle Conquest. And I brought an automaton with me. Automaton is to have a unit without morale, basically. I mean, not morale, that is immune to mind spells. That is immune to Azure Dragon Fear, basically. So the idea is basically the same idea that I used in the first playthrough, but just to reiterate. So what I want to do is to basically get all 4 of his units within a Berserk cast. And I need him to cast something other than like haste, cure, anti-magic. So here I need to bait a remaining unit, basically, and archmages into the same area. And next turn, what I need is to have Phoenixes not be feared for like 2 or 3 turns, while enemy units kill each other. But if you don't get it, if you don't get feared on turn 1, it should be fine. You can like play around with some like moves, shuffling different ways. So you can like handle the random fears, replaying the fight a little bit differently. Except maybe for the first one, but also first one obviously also could find a slightly different setup. So basically it's gonna be the same idea. It's gonna be a little bit more difficult, I think, because the unit I'm fighting is a flyer, and the unit that I'm using to kite this unit is not a flyer. So that's one thing, and then basically also Gunnar doesn't have that much in terms of mana. In this case, obviously you want to cast Berserk on them, also to make sure that enemy doesn't cast spells. Ideally, I don't want to be casting haste on automatons. Because Gunnar only has spell power of 10 effectively. Not great. Okay, I don't think I should actually have moved them up. Or maybe I guess I want to... But as you can see, it's a mistake, right? So now elementals blocked the way for automaton there, unfortunately. So I should have moved harpies from along the bottom edge instead of using, like, moving up. I need to... yeah, it would be ideal if elementals would stick to this pattern. But I don't think they will. Maybe... yeah, maybe if I move them like this. No, okay, they did not. Maybe you should have moved them up one tile as well. Even further one. So that elementals did not go down like this. And now I don't have a spot along the bottom edge. So a little bit of poor technique here. I'm sorry I had to subject you to this, but okay, I want to see if they actually switch from automaton to harpies. They did not. Okay. I don't think it's reliable though. I think it's maybe like just random. Automaton and harpies were equal distance from elementals. It could be that there is like a predetermined order which AI will use. Could be that. Okay, now they can switch. Yeah, okay. Well, as you see, still not sure. Maybe there is a predetermined order, like with Magog fireball damage. It deals actually damage to units in a specific order. So maybe it's also kind of like scans units. Clockwise or counterclockwise, like some way. Okay, okay, that might actually be the setup. Although automatons are hasted right now, but probably should be fine. They should have at least speed 10, I think. So it should be enough to go top to bottom. Finally, some seemingly repeatable setup. Shouldn't skip the slow though. If I skip the slow, it might actually be unrecoverable. What is weird is that up until this point, and up to this point, not until, I don't think I had even a single fear in this fight. Which is weird. And I don't complain, but kind of. Kind of weird. Okay, done with it. Now next hero is Dracon. He's been there waiting specifically for this moment. So when Gunnar exits and fights Conquest, he will go to the bloodbath. That is, entrance to the bloodbath is to the north. And there is actually a very big surprise and unpleasant surprise waiting for Gunnar. Wonder if you can guess what happens next to this poor bastard. Okay, another black fight. And I just couldn't resist this Gunnar putting him on the bucket there. It just felt too good to not do that. Just want to remove this stack so that it did not take my ones down. Basically, at this point, since I'm blocking all damage with ones, there is practically no difference between a 17 stack and a 4 stack. So it's more reasonable to get rid of one stack fully than to grind them all down to like 4. Okay, I just messed up here a little bit. I forgot that I have like I didn't bring army from the garrison. Okay, now I have the outpost in Bloodbath for town portal later on. I already mentioned that this area is pretty great. It has stables, it has Legion arms to break, to retreat from, it has magic well, it has a boost obviously, so that it has basically everything, and it's also pretty close to the town. So you can like town portal to this town and you reach the boost and then like get ready, go somewhere else, do something, come back here and repeat basically until you run out of mana. And there are a few magic springs on the map. I used the one that is next to Nautilus, but there is also one close to the brown player, Brown's starting town. Also there is a magic spring next to a second dungeon. It's not very close though, kind of hard to reach. Maybe like with the logistics specialist you could reach it and get back to Bloodbath. I didn't try it. And obviously it's great to have a couple of dungeon towns for this exact reason as well. So Democon brought back Harpies. Harpies I needed to deal with Night King, and Ayden was waiting here to deal with the Night King. Take the water walk. Okay, I forgot that Dessa doesn't let Ayden get in on the spot. Okay, so Ayden reached the boost. That's part 1. Now I need to deal with the ghost dragons here. Also pretty easy. Basically you need some fodder for them to hit, and that's gonna be quarrels. Also I need to make sure that my speed is at least on par with them. That's +1 speed necklace. And basically that's gonna be the way. So the idea is to basically grind down the stack fast enough so that it doesn't want to hit my valuable stacks because of the fear of retaliation. Okay, that was easy enough. You can demine the event there as well. There is a fight against Black Knight. Here it will take away your morale. It doesn't really matter that much, frankly. Unless, of course, you at least need to have neutral morale there. If you can have it, that's fine. If you don't manage to have it, then you can do that. You can use a different hero to take those couple of Black Knight fights. So that's basically what I need for the fight against Night King. If you watched my first playthrough, pretty much the same. The problem is I don't have clone and I don't have engineers, that many engineers, so I kind of actually have to be careful with how I use my automatons compared to the original play, and also since I don't have clone I cannot use it to throw my clones inside. But if you have Jotuns, you don't need that. Basically, if you are looking for an interesting fight, and if you did not watch my first playthrough, I think it had a more interesting execution than this one is gonna be. This one is basically abusing Jotun's ability. So Ayden was developed with ballistics for this exact fight. And basically, since all of my units are slowed, I take turn after Night King, so for now it's basically free to just throw automatons inside and then get them back with a second Jotun. So I throw them with one Jotun and then wait with another, basically, and rinse and repeat. But I will have to stop at some point, very shortly actually. I don't think I will continue doing it for long in the beginning of this fight. I cast Earth, protection from Earth, so that he did not spam me with implosion. and also cast anti-magic on automatons, because he would actually cast chain lightning on them very eagerly, and I don't have expert air, so like basic air protection from air actually did not really help with this, so I decided to cast anti-magic. And with anti-magic I cannot throw them inside, but I don't need it if he is actually keen to summon clones. If it wasn't enough, I would also apply anti-magic to like other units and continue doing this. More or less a pretty guaranteed setup. Also, because I have ballistics, I have a guaranteed first turn, which is pretty nice. So I just need to make sure that I do not miss the moment when I need to recast the protection from Earth, which is one turn from now. And also forgetfulness. Yeah, I actually forgot about forgetfulness, which is very forgetful of me. Okay, that's good that I did not cast Sorrow there. And good stuff. In my first game I did not have ballistics, so he was actually dealing way more damage to me in my first game. Right now it's basically free for me. I just spend 2 mana every turn when his Wraith drained my mana. Okay, just in case, also applied anti-magic on satires. Just double checking duration on forgetfulness every turn. I have a very bad habit of forgetting this, so forgetting to check durations of spells, and that's why I'm a bit maybe too slow here, and conscientiously double check it every turn. Now renew forgetfulness, and also same probably for protection from Earth right now. Yeah, next turn. Should probably be last. I will reapply anti-magic. And shouldn't take more than that. So I don't know if I would be able to take this fight, actually, if I didn't have Eotons here, this ability to basically abuse Night King. I thought about it, and I mean, there is maybe an alternative way. There is a clone spell in Port Royal, I think that's the town name, the Pink's town. It definitely would add some complications, so to say, to reach that town. Maybe doable, but kind of actually not really sure. It's very easy without like without spending maybe one extra day some way somehow. And with clone you know, I could have done something very similar to what I did in my first game, for sure. I have plenty of mana, so that would not be a problem. Now I'm waiting for anti-magic to end. Now, why I'm waiting is basically I'm trying to figure out the sequence of moves for me to actually to make this sequence of teleport inside, hit, and then teleport outside. Now zombies are actually between my Jotons in priority order. Which is not a problem, because thanks to the first aid tent that he has, actually Jotons will have first turn after waiting. Will take a move before zombies. So I would wait with first Jotun, then teleport with second after zombies wait, and then hit with automatons, who has a slightly lower speed than Jotuns, and second Jotun will take the turn right before zombies because of the first aid at end. So that would be a pretty cheap way to continue, basically free way to continue. Now my original plan actually was to use a slightly different pattern, and I think it's this way it's a little bit cleaner, the one I'm using. But my original idea was to use haste on one of the Jotuns and on automatons, and if need be I could slow Necropolis units as well, so that I would have guaranteed basically a turn order of Jotun, then automaton, then second Jotun. So this way I just teleport inside, attack, and teleport outside before any other units take turn. I actually could have probably killed leeches before everyone else, since they, for all intents and purposes, should not count as shooters right now. So killing them should not affect AI's desire to exit. And I would not have to recast Forgetfulness. And basically more obviously keep track of it, so but I think I'm just being a little bit extra careful there. Just want to make sure that you do not kill the tent, otherwise this pattern would not work without some corrections, adjustments. I could obviously as well kill zombies, like one of the first. Also, for a moment there I wanted to consider casting Frenzy, but it would be a waste of mana. Because if you can pay attention at stats, probably not gonna, like, I don't know, 30, 40 attack, probably is not gonna get me very much. I mean, kind of actually won't get me any damage, actually. Now at some point I think I will have an idea there. Maybe now, I don't know. I remember I will be doing some like 2 hits before evacuating automatons. And also, by the way, comparing to my first playthrough here, like, ballistics made this fight so much easier. Like, that's unbelievable. Even, like, not necessarily easier, but generally less stressful, I guess. So without ballistics you'd have 3 towers showering you with damage, so you'd have to resurrect everything. Kind of like a chore, and also like a pressure on your mana. Ooh, don't do that. I almost got my automatons right there. Well, I actually could do it next time, but... okay. Never mind. So I will be doing double hits now. Kind of another nice little change. I'm kind of experimenting here with this Jotun ability, but I feel like it's just bonkers. It's so broken. So I don't complain at Hota crew. I think they, in general, do a very good job, and I very much am happy with what they do with the game. And obviously, like, it's cool that they added units with some interesting abilities, like, in terms of unique abilities, Sultans are a very good unit, and in general, like, Bulwark units are all feel unique and kind of pretty cool. So I don't think they realistically can prevent all possible ways to abuse the game with new units, unless they do basically the same as original ones. So I think they did very well. The problem is, though, it feels like Jotuns in particular maybe are a little bit too strong. I feel like it may come to a point that map authors just actually disabling the faction. Because of just how easy it makes everything. Okay. Pretty boring. And frankly, if you want to see a bit more fun execution, check out my first playthrough. Part 5 is when I fight Night King. I think it was way more fun there. Maybe also tedious, but kind of. The actual execution, like clearing of garrison, is a little bit more interesting, I think. And it's not something like relying on Jotun, so the thing I used there actually worked long before Hota. So now I have 2 heroes on the boost, and I will take the town portal now that I have killed Conquest and reached the town portal shrine. Dessa will do that. Now Dessa has an ultimate best spell that you may have learned when you watched my first playthrough. And the ultimate best spell, you'll see it in a short moment. The primary reason one would take fire magic skill, and it's definitely not Berserk. Definitely not Berserk. Protection from fire, that's right, that's the best spell. No competition there. My engineers should be able to repair about 43 automatons. Basically, efreet should be kind of a bit wary of getting closer to automatons. I mean, like, not necessarily closer, but shouldn't be very happy about attacking them at least. And I use two other units that are likely targets for efreets. Both of them are kind of quite valuable, more valuable than a single Scorpio core at least. So I want to repair automatons last moment, and obviously I don't want to be killing efreets with them. And thanks to the fire protection from fire, they actually took a very small damage from fire shield. And finally we got the town portal. And we have a few heroes who actually can still take advantage of it. So we have Dessa, we have Ayden, and we have Lorelei, who also can take advantage of it, even though she's not here. And she actually can do much more, you'll see. So if I didn't take a few steps with Elmore before, he would be able to also take advantage of Town Portal this day. So Ayden just barely reaches this event here and finally gets to the stables. Those missing stables because of the 4-day skip actually almost cost me a lot, but fortunately did not. Now Dessa obviously taught Nemo the spell, and Nemo taught Lorelei. Now there is a scholar that teaches a scholar skill. Scholar teaches scholar. That's kind of pretty funny, but that's what it is. And Lorelei has an empty skill slot. So I want to actually teach her, and because she did not take a turn, she will be able to teach other heroes as well after she develops it. And there are plenty of opportunities now for her to develop. Also keep in mind that it's still the same day that we fought Xeron and still did not finish the turn. So this very day we will actually trigger the pink invasion. So I had this idea about like maybe a few days after I finished, like thinking about the playthrough. I had this idea of like chaining a single turn, like massive turn, to kind of basically finish the whole volcano, get town portal, and get to the pink player in a single day. And well, that was something I wanted to try. I skipped like the... You got the idea basically. So now with infinite turns I could basically clear all of the red towns. What I missed though, I think I did not... I don't think I wanted to crop this part, but I actually did. But I will explain. So I mentioned Lorelei and mentioned the scholar. So I actually gave her the scholar skill there in Nautilus, and then used her to fight a few fights against neutral units in red territory, and she developed her scholar skill to expert. So she at this point is capable of teaching everyone this skill, I mean the town portal. And since she has moves unlike Nemo, so she can actually town portal wherever to do that. So she could, and I don't remember, maybe she actually already did teach Elmer of the spell. But it turned out that because he moved there to pass, to trade army with Dessa after the fight against Xeron, he was actually like one step short to get to the event in Bloodbath to restore his movement, so kind of a bit didn't pan out. It's not a problem. I mean, if it did actually cause any problems, I would replay it, obviously. But in the end, I had enough in terms of logistical potential. Basically, I need to take over every town and defeat regular AIs, in addition to fighting pink and red, remaining red heroes, which red still has lava flow and earthquake invaders. I don't know, maybe I actually cropped out the fight against war as well. I don't know, I don't think I intended to, but I may have. It's not a very difficult fight, to be honest. She gets some fairly notable boost like around month 5, I think. But before that, she's actually not that hard to deal with. And now basically Bloodbath is a way to get to any town I need. Like that. Dessa takes over the Teal capital. Now, if I need to take other Teal towns, I can just town portal to the Teal capital and then basically do whatever. I may have to open a couple of border guards here. Oh man, Arlak is a traitor. What about memory of our past adventures, fella? How about our first playthrough together? I mean, that's basically the idea. There are some of the enemy heroes are actually a little bit difficult to reach at this point. There are a couple of purple heroes on water, which I would be able to reach with Elmer, but he was not able to take a turn. And then there is another purple hero in the underground, also pretty far away. Every other hero is actually not that hard to reach, at least like in a couple, after a day when they move a little bit. For example, there is a green hero here, not far. A little bit to the right there, you can see him on the map, and he's a little bit hard to reach where he is right now, but he's gonna move. And no matter in which direction he moves, he's gonna be reachable either from water with Elmer or from one of the towns with Dessa. So Dessa goes for the green, but I think I have a green town, so that actually is would be a wrong move. Potentially, this reaching enemy main town for bloodbath is not necessarily that fast. As you can see, he's left with about 2000 movement points after that. And I just noticed that I actually have a town there. But I think he actually would reach it. It's pretty close. And still might, or probably was able to reach, to get to the boost event. I think it should be the last town. Maybe I should have waited this part out. I'm not sure. I think I'll just suggest you to forward to the next chapter of the video, I guess, if you're not really interested at looking at what I'm doing there. Just for the most part, I'm kind of trying to assess how I would be clearing all the regular AI heroes in the time that I have left. I will start the pink invasion, and so after that I'll have 2 days to clear everything. If I do it in 2 days, then I'm good. If I don't do that in 2 days, then I should be looking for ways to improve it. But obviously invasion cannot be handled faster than 2 days, so 2 days is basically the fastest. I take a couple of lighthouses. For a moment I was confused, why is he going over the water? Okay, he has a water walk cast there. Okay. Slightly annoying, but that's fine. That's my bad. Now these lighthouses could be quite handy and maybe even important, because Lorelei will have to sail for some distance, not much, but then also next day there is quite a bit of sailing, like when I'm with a hero that I will be advancing into pink, that's going to be Xeron, and also with Elmer, who's going to be taking out purple heroes. So probably check for lighthouses, and purple has a lighthouse in castle, and I think I already captured every other except for brown, I think. Yeah, I think brown players lighthouse is not captured, and it's unfortunately a little bit too far to reach this fast. So here we go. That's when I probably realized that Elmer does not reach the event boost there. 43 movement points short, and he actually made like a bunch of steps there. He could have probably around like 700, 600 extra movement points. Instead he's missing 40. And there you see that Lorelei has a scholar, so I actually already did it. I mean, obviously, just looking at the minimap, I see that I already took over the red towns. That's what I edited out there. And I cleared most of it with Lorelei, and so I taught her the scholar skill fast. And then she was able to teach Elmer and other heroes. Some other heroes, I don't remember. I don't think she actually was going around teaching everyone intentionally. Okay, I'll try to reach the purple there. Okay, that's unfortunate. The morale? A little bit. But man, Jotuns actually make everything so trivial. Just like it's normal to have like a power stack in your army, like maybe 2 power stacks if you have some. But normally you play like with a power stack. And when you can just on a whim get your power stack out of the trouble or like closer to the enemies, that's just crazy. I mean, normally you have to like move your units around. Kind of actually show some technique there. Okay, so Lorelei, she would be able to reach the hero and kill it, but she would not be able to get back and restore the movement. And I need her to actually release Pink Invasion. So she won't do that. I intend to let this hero come closer. Basically, I hope that AI having no towns actually would maybe come closer to one of mine. That would be ideal. think it's for the fight against Lava Flow, the Pendant of Dispassion. And since I will be using Fire Magic there, so it's gonna be Dessa doing this fight. Dessa doesn't have mana though, I should double, I guess. Okay, time to build Mana Vortex at home. Actually did not build dragons this time. That was a right call, but I shouldn't have built Minotaurs anywhere as well. That's kind of disappointment. I will not be killing Earthquake for a couple of days. In first playthrough I had to rely on clone against him, and it's actually kind of, I didn't really look for a way to change for a new way to deal with him. It's a difficult fight as is. So I figured I will steal the clone from Pink and then deal with Earthquake the same day. It should happen on the last day of the playthrough. Pendant of Dispassion is nice actually. Sometimes when you yourself use Berserk, it's not necessarily against AI using Berserk on you. And I think that's actually why I equipped it. I don't think... Oh, maybe he does have Berserk. I don't remember which of the invaders actually has this spell. Pendant is nice to actually safeguard your own units from your own Berserk. So basically I'm like piling my units in the same corner so that I could Berserk all of the enemies, but obviously we see that magma elementals are a little bit far away. But at least I Berserked 3 of the other units. Use the Scorpicore there to slightly delay the magma elementals. And then I want to move Satyrs to the same area basically, just to make sure that last unit also gets. So I put them like this to make sure that when magma elementals attack Satyrs, they would actually have to enter the Berserk range. And very fortunately, actually, satyrs were able to kill the phoenix. Have to sacrifice the Jotun there. But that's about it. So he has a sharpshooter's bow though, so I will have to help the magma elementals there. Which is once again very helpful to have a Jotun there to extract satyrs after they hit all the leeches. Leeches cannot be blinded. I think he has immunity to forgetfulness, if I had to guess. So I just need to make sure that leeches are killed, because they, for some reason, actually, I have no idea why, but undeads are not affected by Black Orb when it comes to blind. It doesn't make sense to me, at least. Kind of a weird exception. Yeah, it helps for some kind of cool fights, so that's for sure, but I'm pretty sure that like troglodytes are also don't have eyes, but they lose the immunity when you have a black orb. So kind of really doesn't make sense why they're excluded. But whatever, such is life. I don't complain, just kind of wonder about it. And he stepped on my corpicors, that filthy animal. Okay. It was pretty nice. It's a pretty hard fight actually, so I had to rely on that berserk thing there. So it means that I have only one red hero left, I think. And that's Earthquake. So I guess it's time to send Lorelei forward. Or what? Okay, I'm boosting his morale again. Did I forget about some other fight? Don't remember. Maybe I was hoping to... I don't know, actually. For a moment I thought that maybe I'm preparing him to fight Earthquake. I mean, since there are infinite boosts, basically I could have set it up and kind of tried and then decided that I don't need it. Ah, okay. Okay, I think I know what's going on. I think I intend to send Dessa prepare for the next day when pink heroes are out. That's probably what I'm doing there. I will have to repeat the process though, unfortunately. Okay, I didn't fight war actually. Okay. So I don't think she doesn't have a berserk immunity, but she has blind immunity, I think. So basically the idea is more or less the same as with everyone, just get everyone close. I didn't bring automatons here to make sure that I just don't have to lose them, because I can't repair them, right? I mean, I can like repair 40 or so, but if they get hit, they will be killed in much greater numbers. So I guess I will bring a Scorpicore in front of vampires somewhere, cast Berserk, and then there we go. Nice and easy. So he cast some fire shield. That's kind of a little bit of an annoying thing. Hopefully they get killed. Worst case scenario, I can just like cast Berserk on them in the end and then just kite them until they run out of fire shield. A little bit unfortunate I didn't kill them. But now probably kill. Okay. Wow, that was, and so far is a very long turn, right? I mean, it's the whole video so far, it's this one turn, almost 2 hours. Fortunately, it's gonna end shortly. So I will be sending Lorelei now to initiate pink invasion. Okay, that's the beginning of the pink invasion. She needs to reach at least an event here that will drain her remaining movement points. So now probably the thing that I was thinking about when I first came to Gunnar. You may think something is not right, and you would be correct. Something is definitely not right. Did Gunnar do something to be punished by taking away his artifact? Well, maybe he did. Or maybe I did. Also possible. Gion will be the one that attacks the pink. Continues what Lorelei does. So I gave him Admiral's Hat. He'll have to spend 2 days though, unfortunately. I don't think it's possible really to reach the next pink town, like, I don't remember, like Flying Dutchman I think is the name. So I don't think it's possible to reach it before like just 1 day. If it was possible, then maybe we could talk about like finishing 1 day earlier if Francois fixes landing of one of the pink invaders. Right now one of the pink invaders are not killable first day of the invasion, because there is no way to land near them like for 3 others. Dessa prepared to go into attack one of the pink invaders. That is a little bit far from many towns, so I want to get like starting. I'm basically want to cover some distance before I have to come for him. Purple heroes did not really cooperate, as you can see. And there is a problem for Gunnar. And that, by the way, doesn't help if I leave him a Phoenix, even if he has a first turn. The attacker has a Shackles of War, so kind of an annoying thing to happen. So we got one of our main heroes butchered. Kind of a very Game of Thrones-y, like Season 1 at least, in best George R.R. Martin traditions, not in a way the series ended, definitely. Okay, we have a next day and we got more stuff to do. Lorelei and Xeron will continue into the pink player. So this part could be a little bit improved. We could go on the ground towards Hillfort. That would save you just a little bit of movement. But it's close enough to the best effort, and Xeron reaches about there, so that is about 2000 movement points short. And that's after he actually spent a night on a watering place. So he had 4,300 movement points in the beginning. So I think it's pretty much safe to say that it's impossible to do this part faster. A logistics specialist obviously would go further, but not 2,000 movement points further. Okay, so this day I still don't have clone. The idea is that Xeron will learn clone from some of the pink heroes. There was one actually going to face Xeron. And then with this clone I can actually fight Earthquake. So this day is gonna be relatively, well, not really calm, so I want to kill pink invaders, those who I can reach. Except for one. I can reach also a dude that lands in the territory of a brown player. I think it's Caesar. I'm not gonna be able to kill him. He's actually pretty tough. He has a cloak of Recanter's cloak, and pretty high stats, so I'm not gonna be fighting him right now. But I wanna kill everyone else that I can kill. And so it is Zangdar first. Okay, so it's a pretty tricky fight. So here his stats are quite a bit better than mine, as you can see, and he's not immune to blind, and that's very fortunate. But I also don't have clone, so I cannot be repairing automatons. So my goal here is to basically try blinding both of the heavy hitters, Nixes and Cows, before they actually can deal damage to me. And then kill the leeches, and I want to preserve automatons at all costs. Since Ayden doesn't have fire magic, I will be using automatons to primarily deal damage after they're all blinded. And I will use satyrs to deal with leeches before that, so kind of an idea. And I think, if I'm not wrong, I will use Jotons to teleport automatons in the corner now. So he slowed me down. It means that Nixus will take first turn, and not just Nixus, actually. Also leeches. That's pretty dangerous, so I guess I should be teleporting automatons away somewhere. Well, that blind is very fortunate. Actually, I'm not sure if I would have pulled it off here, if not for this blind. I guess I should blind the elementals. Safest option. Just want to make sure that he doesn't take another turn. Who knows? He might cast something that I do not like. And this hero is, by the way, very useful to beat because he has Angelic Alliance, so with his items I'll have a much easier time against other pink invaders. And before that my damage is not actually like good enough, so it's kind of bordering good enough against pinks, so ideally it should be a little bit higher. I guess I'm just doing the calculation here, so I have 34 blinds, and just killing Nixus will take more than 30, so I think I will be letting his shield expire before I start killing him actively. So I guess I will do one reblind with attack. Like when it's close to 15, when the blind is close to running out, and then I will wait the shield to expire. He's gonna give me the best chance to actually kill him before I run out of mana. Okay, checking my mana expenses here. And it should be much better now. I'm pretty close. Maybe I'll get lucky and get some, well, luck. I'll get lucky and get some luck. That would be pretty good. That would be pretty good way to get lucky. Oh, that's a good start. That's perfect. Also using satyrs to finish off cows, saving another blind, so should be fine now. Yeah, definitely. Didn't have enough, more than enough mana. Worst case scenario, I could maybe go double my mana somewhere. Okay, he doesn't reach the boost, unfortunately, but I don't think I need Ayden. For this day at least, I'll need Ayden to fight Earthquake, but that's gonna be next day, so that's fine. Now with Angelic Alliance, remaining fights will be quite a bit easier. But first I think I will be doing a couple of purple heroes with Elmar. misplaced Dessa slightly in previous turn, but it's not a problem because he has plenty of movement, so he can still reach the hero he will be fighting. And Lorelei this way still has enough movement to get back to the boost event. So these pink heroes are pretty much trivial, except that against some of them you may want to have dragonflies in your army. You'll see, like, maybe against a couple of others I'll use them, because AI seemingly often casts Fire Shield with these heroes, and obviously you do not want to face tank Fire Shield with your units when there is an Arena of Oblivion in play. All these heroes have Arena of Oblivion. So that's basically the setup I'm using here. So apart from Zangdar, there are 4 pink heroes invading, and we can reach 3 of them at this day. And one of them is Caesar. As I said, I will be skipping him for now. There we go. That's what I meant. Very, very handy. And boy, this teleport is actually quite amusing. Occasionally I actually had a very bad opinion of what I'm doing. For example, in this fight and some others, like it's obviously a fight that you win with close dice, but I don't want to be losing like stupidly units in fights like this. And since I have automatons, they will definitely get some attention from enemy. And I don't have engineers with me, so kind of unnecessarily complicate things for myself at times. Green is done, so we I think I didn't kill teal and purple yet, apart from red and pink, obviously. At least I have engineers now, so that's good. That's at least a way to prevent losses without being too much of a tryhard. Oh man, okay. Okay, it's not a technique I am proud of, I'll be honest. Kind of more like embarrassed. So I think it's time for Elmer to start to get 2 of the purple heroes. I guess I'll maybe replenish mana first. Okay, I don't. Okay. Oh, maybe I should actually, no. Sounds like I should. Okay. Good call. Yeah, if I attacked with satyrs or with automatons or satyrs there, they would be dead. I mean, the enemies would be dead and I would not repair automatons. Maybe I should have just honestly edited out these fights altogether. They're kind of meaningless for the most part. Maybe I should have left the fights against pink and red and just remove everything else. Like keep the logistical part so that you could see how I reach them, but there is really no point in playing out this fight. One more purple. This one actually went sailed away instead of coming to me. Quite annoying. What a number of boots there. I wish I had all those boots for the entire of the game, or at least like for last couple of weeks. That would be pretty helpful. So I think it should be end of the turn for now, more or less. Should be done with it. Basically I have left only one purple, two pinks, or maybe not two pink invaders, and also there are like 3, I think, normal pink heroes, and also 1 red hero is left, but that's about it, I think. Okay, equipped everything just in case the pink hero attacks himself. And the final turn. I guess you can imagine it. It's not particularly complicated. By the way, if you enjoyed the map and want to support the author, check out his Ko-Fi link in the description. I'll add it there. I'm sure he will appreciate your support. And he's now working on a new map. Maybe you can get some insight into it if you support him. Looking at Geon's stats, I think I did not equip a single item there. Probably he's in the travel equipment, like Admiral's hat, boots and such. There we go. You thought you'll be saved by your blind immunity, huh? Okay, just one more pink hero nearby. And also a couple of towns as well. Shouldn't forget about them. Nice target selection, buddy. Using sea dogs to shoot at satyrs of all potential targets, that was an interesting decision. For some reason I got sad there, and I mean I lost resources, so I guess maybe they stole it from me, I don't know. That is indeed sad. Okay, I'm gonna stop there with yacht in position. It was a long distance to cover, so good that he could do that. Although I didn't yet use the Pandora box. There is a Pandora for 15,000 movement points, so I definitely could use it to reach here as well. And I won't use it for the most part. I mean, I won't. I will rely on it to get one remaining purple hero, basically, in terms of movement. And it's time to get the last pink town. It's actually a pretty good location. It has an oasis there, so could potentially get some movement boost with a town portal here. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have visited the oasis. I don't know. I guess it kind of doesn't really matter. But since I'm going back to the boost, it kind of is redundant. Maybe I was going to. I mean, it's +1 morale still. So nice in that sense. Okay, and that's our last pirate, except for the invaders. No, maybe I should have attacked Nixus. I'm not sure. It was... I'm not sure it wasn't dumb, but that's fine. That's usual me. Don't you worry. Always rely on spells to correct my mistakes. That's definitely very much like me. Okay, so pretty much the most important heroes are left, except for one purple. And that's a bit annoying to have this backpack filled with garbage after like 1 or 2 fights. And I wouldn't even bother with it, but unfortunately quick item swaps do not work if there is not enough free space. And it makes sense. I mean, different item sets could have a different number of artifacts equipped, so obviously it doesn't work if your backpack is full at any point. In the past, actually, I think Hota fixed it in some of the not so recent versions. But in the past you could actually lose items if you swapped with a full inventory or nearly full inventory. I think I will replay this fight in a moment. Okay, I don't think I should hit the tent here. Okay, good job me. Okay, that's a good mistake. And it's not what I meant when I said I will replay this fight, so be ready for another restart there. And there we go. She casts a fire shield. Very nasty, but not so much, because we have dragonflies. At this point I think I considered fighting Caesar with my army, which might have been an interesting fight actually, but kind of bloody. He's pretty nasty enemy, so he is not immune to blind, but he has Recanter's cloak, so he basically disables forgetfulness and berserk, and his stats are quite solid, like 40 something, and he has about like 5 shooter stacks and a golden bow as well, so he's pretty nasty. And obviously, since he has a Recanter's cloak, you can't resurrect basically. There, yeah, I remember that. I need this one last piece to fight Earthquake. I got even a bit lucky that I actually reached this item there. Barely have enough movement. So Ayden is definitely preparing for a fight against Earthquake there. And I'll say a couple of things about this fight. That I don't think I said before. I mean, I think I mentioned it, like in passing. But maybe not everything. So I could basically, for maximum defense, I will use the same tactic, more or less. I mean, more than less. I need to save my Phoenix for the turn 2 so that I could teleport Satyrs. And I want to get everyone else killed basically turn 1. So that Crystal Dragons would attack Satyrs. And the idea here is that, well, he has 58 spell power and 53 knowledge, and he has this ability to blind basically he might be able to just blind lock you and kill with like 6 dragons, more or less. So a couple of things I had to do to avoid this gruesome fate. So first thing, I cast slow as soon as I could. That's to basically to dispel his haste, and so that when he applies anti-magic, for example on vampires, their speed would be under the speed of satyrs. It doesn't help if he applies anti-magic on ghost dragons, unfortunately. So if he applies anti-magic on ghost dragons, he will be able to spam blind and eventually very likely kill satyrs as well. Another thing is he casts basically 58 spell power anti-magic, and you do not want to reduce his spell power basically because his 53 knowledge is, well, you can count how many turns of blinds he can do. I brought a Pegasi here to make sure that his blind costs 10 mana, so it means that apart from him casting things there, like anti-magic here, he'd be able to cast blind like 53 times, give or take. Well, not give, but maybe like 50 times. And I need this dragon to last for at least entire anti-magic, so it would be a problem if his anti-magic lasted less than his mana pool. So at this point his mana pool was already dry when the anti-magic on dragons ended, and I was able to blind them, right? And if I reduce his spell power, his anti-magic would have ended sooner than his mana pool. Same goes if, for example, I did not bring a Pegasi. He would be able to spam the blind for longer, and this way he would reapply anti-magic like when he would have like around 100 mana. And obviously it's impossible at that point to keep going in this fight, more or less, because I would not be able to blind the dragon. Except maybe, like, I don't know, maybe with Dispel, I guess. I didn't actually consider the Dispel there. Now that I said it, maybe it's kind of actually super stupid of me. Anyway, yeah, that was actually a kind of a silly comment, I guess, about this long discussion about anti-magic and all these consequences, and then actually not realizing that that it is actually possible to dispel anti-magic. Well, okay. And I needed the necklace, pendant of negation, I think it's called. I needed it to avoid chain lightning being cast by him. And also I cast protection from earth to avoid implosion, or meteor shower, quite importantly. So he might be able to destroy the tent if he used one of these spells. That would be unfortunate. And very much ill-advised for my well-being. Okay, that should be last of the red player. So I guess I'm comparing my heroes there. Still probably considering which one I should be using against Caesar. And then I will just beat him in auto combat, so it's kind of pointless. I just forgot about the creatures you can get in the pink territory. I guess it's it's a sweaty preparation for the fight against Caesar there. My plan was basically to have the Iron Fist of the Ogre now, so it gives me haste, and my satyrs and automatons can engage the first turn and basically kill 2 units with them, then throw 5 bodies at the remaining units. Kind of they would be able to take a few hits, 5, maybe 6. I don't remember if he has a ballista, for example. He might be able to kill a phoenix, for example, with it. So depending on that, I would have 5 or 6 hits to soak with my additional units. So next turn I would kill probably... Also I can blind one, right? I would blind Thunderbirds in his army. And next turn I kill 2 more and then blind 1 more, so kind of seems like I might be close enough to kind of getting a decently clean victory there. I don't know, I seem to be confused or something. Maybe I just figured out that I can get to this place here. Okay. Obviously with these units you can do whatever, more or less. Sorry about that, I could have probably edited the lead up to that. I didn't realize gonna be a little bit probably painful to watch. I didn't want to crop too much by accident so that you would lose the context. But there we go. That's my speedrun. A very slow speedrun, but that's somewhat of at least you could say it's a pretty low number of days. A bit unfortunate that this situation with Xeron actually robbed me of 4 days. That would be mighty much better if I finished in 42 days, and I think I actually would be able to do that. The only problem is money, but I feel like I would have been able to find ways to get some money, like trading resources, selling artifacts, maybe even selling creatures at some point, somewhere, somehow. I mean, somewhere I have a barbarian town there, so I think I might have been able to do that. Anyway, that's it for this playthrough. Thank you for watching. Please leave your thoughts in the comments below. For now, I am checking an interesting challenge map, which if I get anywhere kind of past week 1, that I will record and try to comment it as much as I can. And well, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.